Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again with another deck tech, and today's a special day for me because today should be October the 3rd when you watch this. It's my birthday, so please subscribe. There should be a little thing appearing down the bottom here in a second, so hit the subscribe button, give me a birthday present, that'd be really nice. Anyway, today's deck tech. Well, there's only one thing we really can do. We're coming up to panto season in the UK. People are starting already to send out casting calls and audition things for pantos, and might as well have a look at Jack and the Beanstalk's one of the ones my local amateur dramatics group's doing, so I really had to do the Goose Mother, and the Goose Mother has always had a sweet spot. I like this card. I had it in the pre-release. It did well for me in the pre-release. Not gonna say I did well in the pre-release, but the card itself did very well for me in the pre-release. So had to do the Goose Mother. I've been holding on to do it until today, the 3rd of October. So here we go. This is what today's deck looks like, and it's very simply a blue-green ramp deck that then goes, let's get as many of these things going as possible to have as many food tokens as possible so we can draw as many cards as possible and win that way. The blue-green lands all here that you can imagine. We've also got in here, further down, nothing that you would... Well, there's two cards you probably are expecting to see that aren't here. Temple of the False God's not here. And neither's Reliquary Tower, because, I decided against it because I want to gain life. Blue-green deck. Yeah, bit strange. Ramp-wise, just Tantalite, Talisman, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Emerald and Sapphire Medallions, and a Talisman of Curiosity to give us the mana. And then it's really a case of how do we want to do this? Well, we're going to be attacking and drawing, attacking with the Goose Mother, sacking our food to draw a card. So lots of ways of getting extra foods and lots of ways of drawing cards and making those things worthwhile having. So Ponder's here because I decided to go with Ponder just for a change. Gilded Goose gives us another way of repeatable way of creating food if we need to, but also gives us another way of getting coloured mana if we need to by sacrificing the food. The Rift keeps everything under control a little bit. The Search for Cancer is also here just so we can play around the top of our library if we need to. Counter Spell gives us a little bit of control. And then we've got lots of things that do well with food. First of which, Curious Pair. Yeah, okay, you get a food token and then one free. Yeah, okay, but you still get food. Meriadoc Brandy Buck. Whenever one or more halflings you control attack a player, you get a food token. Sylvan Shrine just gives us a land, as does 3 visits. Tough Cookie is a food. It's a food golem of all things. We can turn our food tokens into 4/4s if we need to, or we can just sacrifice a Tough Cookie to gain 3. Trade of Crumbs comes into play with the food, and whenever we sacrifice the food, we may pay an extra 1. And if you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library, 1 in your hand, 1 on the bottom of your library. Yep. Up the Beanstalk, anything that casts 5 or more, we get to draw a card, and when this comes into play, it replaces itself. I really like Up the Beanstalk, yeah. Jack goes up the Beanstalk. Kinnon's here to help us ramp our mana out and eventually hit the top 5 cards of our library and put some of the big stuff into play. Windfalls, we can discard everything and then draw the cards equal to the greatest number discarded that way. Azusa gives us extra lands in play. Brandywine Farmer enters or leaves the battlefield and creates a food token. Okay then. Fey Offering gives us a food, creates a clue token, a food token, and a treasure token if we cast a creature and a non-creature spell each turn. Growing Rights goes and finds us our creatures and then eventually gives us a whole load of mana. Hollow Scavenger gives us a food token, then becomes a 3/2, and then this is quite nice. It becomes a 5/4 if we're attacking. We can only activate it once each turn, which is a bit of a downside, but that's fine. Kodoma's Reach goes and finds us an island and a forest 9 times out of 10. Peregrine Duck. If one or more tokens would be created under control, those tokens plus an additional food token are created instead. Yeah, things are going to get complicated in a minute, and I'll explain why when we get there. We've got the Huntsman Redemption is also here. Gives us a beast token, sacrifice a creature to find another creature or a basic land and reveal it and put it into your hand. And then up to 2 target creatures get +2/+2 and gain trample until the end of turn. Oh, sorry, right. Tyler's Provisioner comes into play. Landfall gives us a treasure or food, depending on what we need at the time. Hadana's Climb puts some +1/+1 counters around and eventually gives us a big creature to win the game with a bit of luck. Look, it's an Eldraine deck and it's blue-green. Why would I not be playing Oko? Sorry. Anyway, Quandrix Command. Bounce a creature, counter target artifact with enchantment spell, put some +1/+1 counters, or shuffle things from your graveyard back into your library. Along with the Underworld Cookbook, which I forgot to mention, we can discard a card and make a creature a food token, or sacrifice it and return a target creature card. It's quite nice. Sharpness Agent, just a little bit of cascading fun. Troyan, it gives us extra mana so we can ramp up and pay for the Goose Mother even quicker. Uro is Uro. Academy Manufacturer really does some fun things with food tokens. If we create a food clue or treasure, we get one of each instead, which makes life very interesting when we do Peregrine Tookout as well. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, Eleanor Gardner comes into play with a food token. Beginning of your end step, if you sacrifice the food, you can get basic land and put it into play tapped. Knight of Sweets Revenge. Sacrifice foods. Your foods can be tapped for green mana, and then we can sacrifice 7 of them. Or sacrifice the Knight's Revenge, and creatures get +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is the number of foods we control. Shame they don't get trampled with. That's a bit of a downer. Parallel Lives. Yeah. Okay, just skipping past that. Fierce Witch Stalker comes into play with the food. Provisions Merchant. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice food. If you do, creatures get +1/+1 and gain trampled to the end of the turn. Combos really well with this. It really does. And obviously this really does power it. Wicked Wolf is there. Adrex and Nev. More ways of getting the extra tokens into play. Let's have lots of them. And this has got wards. It's a little bit harder to kill. Fathom Mage just gets evolving. We draw cards. And Rashimi gives us a way of getting an extra card every turn. Defiler of Dreams and Defiler of Vigor are here. Pump the creatures, draw the cards. Gladriel Gift Giver. Enter battlefield or attacks. Choose one. +1/+1 counter. Food token or treasure token. You're probably going to get food or treasure. Not so much the +1/+1 because, Defiler, hopefully. Green Sleeves, Marrow Sorcerer, just gives us lots and lots of badges as we play our lands out. And Urban Evolution gives away drawing 3 cards and playing an extra land this turn. Orchard Strider is a really bad common card, but it does come into play for 6 mana and give us 2 food tokens, which we do need. Verdant Confluence, choose it 3 times, search your library for basic land cards, probably most common, or return target permanent card from your graveyard to hands, probably even more common than that. The +1/+1 counter is not so much a problem in this deck. The Gruff Triplets, I like this card, it's so much fun, especially with Parallel Lives, it's even more fun, so yeah, we had to try it out, didn't we? Tooth and Nail lets us go fetch those Gruff Triplets if we need to. Virtuous Strength, because I'm still playing around with Virtuous Strength. It's a nice way of getting stuff back from our graveyard if we need it to, or giving us a way of tapping all our basic lands for additional mana. Quite like it. Zophendriel Hunger Dominus doubles the power and toughness of all our creatures until the end of turn each turn. Yes, we can sacrifice a couple of the creatures to make it indestructible, so that's quite nice. And Thunderous Debut. I thought we might as well try it out in one deck, and this is the deck we're trying it out in today. Look at the top 20 cards of our library, reveal 2 creature cards, and put them on reveal. If the spell was bargain, reveal and put them on the battlefield. If not, they go in your hand. I quite like the idea of bargaining food token away for some of my big fat creatures at the top end here, or the Defilers or something. It should be fun. Spring to Mind, just get basic land and draw a couple of cards. Genesis Wave, because I want to put everything into play as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And Hydroid Crassus, life gain version and card draw version of our Goose Mother. It's not really, yes, these give us food tokens. This just gives us lots and lots of +1 counters and half the cards and half the life. So it's here. This has been a quick one today because it's not really a technical deck to play. It's probably one of the easier ones I've done for Wilds of Eldraine. There's a more complicated one coming up tomorrow. And we're actually moving away. Yesterday was blue-white. Today's is blue-green. Tomorrow we're looking at black red, and yeah, I'll go through that in the morning with you or whenever you see it. But for the rest of the day, enjoy wherever you watch this. Thanks for watching this on my birthday. Leave me a sub, leave me a message, tell me what you think of the deck, tell me what I've missed out, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. See you tomorrow's deck. Take care. See you soon. Bye.